Hey guys, Ev Muse here. Sorry if my throat sounds a little weird. I've been a little sick lately, but I just got done playing Alien Isolation. This game, I've been playing it for a while. I think I got it on Halloween, and now it's like what is it, like January 20 something? I don't have the date here. I don't even know. 28th, I want to say. I think it's 28th. I want to say. Um. Anyway, yeah, this game took me a while to finish. Um, but not because it's bad. Not because it's bad. If that's, it kind of sounds like that's what I'm saying, but no, it's not a bad game at all. This game, very good game. Where should I start? Where should I start? Um, let's start with how I started. I started this game, and there were so many bugs. Like when I first started this game, things weren't loading in. Um, it kept crashing. It kept freezing. Whenever I tried to go to like a save, like a past save that I made, it would just sit on the loading screen forever. Um, what else? Oh, some things had no sound effects. Like I'd open a door and there'd be no sound. Like I'd shoot a gun and there'd be no sound. Stuff like that. And then eventually they just disappeared. There was. How did I fix it? Let me try to see. I think I went to like I went to like manage games and apps or something, and then like I don't even know what I did. I like turned off FPS boosts. So I played this also on my Xbox Series X. Um, and it does have FPS boost and HDR. My TV doesn't have HDR, so I didn't use that. But FPS boost, I think I had switched it off, played for a bit, and then I was like, yeah, I can't play with this off. It looks way too choppy. Then I put it back on, and then everything just worked. Like after that, with FPS boost on, exactly like the way it was, except now it works. Like I don't know what happened. Um, I also deleted it and reinstalled it, but like it was still glitching for a bit. I think it was the FPS boost that really fixed it. But anyway, so that was not a good first impression at all. Another bad part about this game is the beginning. There is no alien. There is no aliens for the first like 2 or 3 hours of this game, which is like kind of not cool. Maybe it's that. Maybe it isn't that long. Maybe it was just that long for me because the game kept crashing. Um, might have been less time, but it was quite a bit of a game with no alien. Which like that's why you got the game. You just like survive against what are they called, synthetics, whatever, something like that, like the robots, the androids. Um, and they just like walk at you really slowly and like they aren't scary at all. Like it's kind of boring for the first few hours. Um, and then later on, there's another section of a game where there's no aliens. Like towards the end, like I say, like 70% for the game. Um, like then there's like an hour or two, probably not two, like maybe like an hour, hour and a half, where there's no alien again. And yeah, those two parts of the game weren't fun, weren't very engaging. Like that's the whole point of a game. I hop onto Alien Isolation to survive the alien. Not robots, not people. Like you know, um. Anyway, so I've gotten some of the bad parts out of the way. Let me while I'm on it, let me think of all the bad parts. Let me like explain. Like if you haven't played this game, I'm just gonna give you a quick, no spoilers at all. Just a quick rundown of the story. So you play as Ellen Ripley's daughter, Amanda. Um, and I think it's like 17 years after the first Alien. So Ellen is still in space. Sigourney Weaver, she's still up there in space, floating around. And there was like some distress signal, like they picked up the broadcast she made at the end of the first movie. They picked that up, and her daughter was like, "Yeah, I gotta go find this." And then like I don't know how, but like it leads to like this random station in space or something. Like maybe they were the one that picked up the message. I don't remember. It was a long time ago when I started this game, but somehow there's some signal from from Sigourney Weaver's ship, her escape ship or whatever. They picked it up, and you play as the daughter, and you go to investigate it, and then you find that this station that you go to investigate it has aliens on it. Surprise, surprise. Um, and like it already wasn't doing so great. But yeah, there's aliens on it, and yeah. Well, so there's one alien on it, but this isn't much of a spoiler. But obviously, if there's one, it's gonna multiply. Like if you've seen any of the movies, you're gonna know that. That's not much of a spoiler, I don't think. Sorry if I spoiled it, but there is more aliens. Um, because like come on, like they multiply. That's what they do. That's what they do. But anyway, um, what else? Yeah, that's about it. That's the basic premise, and you're just trying to survive But I will say one thing I didn't like about the game is the entire story, like, you don't really feel like you're doing anything. You don't feel like you're ever accomplishing anything, you know? It kind of feels like you're just doing, like, basic tasks, like, fix the elevator, and, like, find a med kit because your friend broke her leg or something like that. Like, it's just, like, a lot of, like, basic stuff, like, that takes forever to get. Like, that med kit, or the part you had to get a med kit, and it took, like, 2 or 4, like, up to, it took a lot of hours to go to the medical place and, like, get the med kit, and the alien came, and you had to, like, survive and stuff. Like, it took a long time to do these, like, basic tasks. And then another part where the elevator breaks, like, where I think it's right after the med kit part. You're coming down to deliver the med kit, and then the elevator breaks. So then you have to go on, like, this hour-long adventure to go find the part to replace the elevator. Like, it just doesn't feel like you're ever doing anything important, you know? That's one part of the story that I really did not like. So yeah, that wasn't very good. And even towards, like, the end of the game, like, it still feels like you're not really doing anything. But yeah, that's, like, you don't really play this for a story, I don't think, unless you're, like, a hardcore, diehard Alien fan. But it's all right. Like, it's enough, you know. Like, that's how I feel about a lot of video game plots. Like, they're enough. It's enough, something to follow, you know. Like, there's some games that have, like, an amazing story, like Silent Hill 2, for example. That's, like, what you're gonna remember after you beat the game. But then other games, like this game, it's just kind of there, something to follow. Then you're gonna forget about it. Like, nothing really important, nothing like that'll make you, like, rethink life or anything like that, nothing crazy like that. Just kind of there. What else? What else did I talk about? I'm trying to think, like, more bad things. I think I got most of the bad things out of the way. Also, another bug that I remembered is, like, there's one time where, like, I walked into, like, this little, like, fire area, and then I put the fire out. Like, I stopped taking damage. I was fine. My character was fine. But then, like, the flame particles were still on my arms. So whenever I aimed my gun, for example, the fire would just cover my entire screen. So it was super annoying, and I didn't want to save with this bug because I didn't want to save the bug, I didn't want, like, that save file to be corrupted if the bug. I think it would have fixed if I just went back in, but, just to be sure, so I had to kill myself, which, like, it's kind of annoying. Like, it only cost me, like, 5-10 minutes of progress, but still, like, it's kind of annoying. I'm sorry. No, this is a bit runny. What else to talk about? Okay, let's talk about, it's a horror game, Let's talk about the horror, talk about the terror. It is a very scary game. This game, I probably was more scared in this game. This game probably scared me more than any other game I played, if I'm being honest. I jumped a lot, like, a lot, like, at least 8 times, I'd say, which is a lot for me. Like, usually at games, like, they don't scare me, like, that much, like, at first, when I first played, like, when I was first getting into horror games, they kind of did, but now I've played so many horror games, I've played so many games, like, this kind of stuff doesn't really, like, scare me that much anymore. Like, it's still, like, it's disturbing and stuff, but, like, I never, like, actually, like, am, like, on the edge, like, my heart starts pounding, like, nothing like that anymore. Like, a long time ago, that used to happen with games, but not really anymore. Because, like, yeah, worst case scenario, you die. Like, it's more like now the threat of losing progress is more scary than the threat of the enemy, like, jumping in your face, That's what really scares me now with games. And this game's good at both, because if you die, you have to go back to your last save, which is, a pain. So, like, you really want to survive, you really want to keep on going. But also the alien is scary, and, like, just the way it moves, the way it jumps on you, stuff like that. Really good. There's so many different animations, like, there's the animation for when it kills you from behind, from above, from in front. While you're sprinting, there's the animation like it trips you and, like, jumps on you. Like, there's, like, a bunch of different animations. Like, if you're hiding in, like, a locker or something and it finds you, like, there's a bunch of cool different animations for all different ways that it can kill you, which I really liked. I really liked that. Super cool. And yeah, that's always a plus. Another thing that's really scary is this game is dark, but, like, it's not overly dark, Like, some games, like, sorry, my nose. Some games are, like, really dark, and, like, it's just kind of annoying, Like, you just want to turn up your brightness so you can actually, like, see and get through the game. But, like, this game, like, you can still see well, but then every now and then there's, like, a room that's really dark, and you have to turn on your flashlight. But when you have your flashlight on, the alien can see that beam of light, and then it will come to you. So, like, you don't want to have it on. So you kind of, like, turn it on, turn it back off. Like, that's kind of like what you want to do. And that's scary. That's really good. I like that a lot, especially because the alien is, like, black. It's just, like, solid black, so, like, you can hide in the shadows really, really easily. And like other than his teeth, there's no part of his body that doesn't like blend into the shadows, you know? So that's really cool and like provides for a lot of scariness. Also, the sounds in this game, the sound is like top tier. Like all the sounds are good. Like the screeching in the pipes above, like the metal when the alien's crawling above you, the alien sounds, like even this like the drops of like saliva coming out of its mouth. All the sounds are just really, really good in this game. Love the sounds in this game. Just really, really good. When they work, of course. Like, you know, at the beginning I didn't really have any sound. But once you fix all that, then it's good. And also I post some stuff on Reddit, like when in doubt, go to Reddit. They'll usually have a fix for you. And everybody like in the comments was like, I've never seen anything like this before. I don't like this doesn't happen much. So I'm complaining about all these bugs, but there's a good chance that you might not even experience a single one of them. So don't let that stop you from playing this game, you know? Like, just be warned, you might deal with some bugs. Nothing like too crazy. Like, it could be crazy, but I just told you the fix. You know, turn FPS boost off and on, like try resetting your Xbox, delete the game, reinstall it, stuff like that. I mean, it should run just fine. Should work perfect. So yeah, don't let that be what stops you. Just be warned. You might have to deal with some of that. And yeah. But yeah, sound. Sound is great. Sound is absolutely perfect. But voice acting too. Some of the voice actors, yeah, they're alright, you know. But the main character, the one that you play as, Amanda Ripley, her voice actor was really good, I thought. Like her screams and like just like the emotion and like some of the stuff, like well, I almost spoiled something, I'm not gonna spoil that. But like stuff like happens throughout the game and like, you know, like it's a very scary situation being in this floating space station with aliens and stuff, and like I feel like a lot of her voice acting has a lot of emotion and stuff. I think it's really good. Yeah, good, yeah, very good voice acting. Top tier for her. But everybody else, yeah, they're alright. And yeah, so sound, voice acting, really good. Really, really good. What else? What else? Just the basic like survival, just like the way that like you hide and like survive and evade the alien is really good, I think. For like the longest time in the game, if the alien sees you, you're done. Like you can't do anything, you're dead. If the alien spots you, pretty much you can try to run, maybe try to like hide in the locker, and there's maybe a chance that you'll survive. But most of the time, if it sees you, you're dead. Until you get a flamethrower later on in the game. And then you have a chance, if you have ammo in it, you can pull it out, set the alien on fire, and then it'll run away. So like that's always good, I think. Like just like once it finds you, it makes the alien seem like really scary, you know? And you really don't want to waste your flamethrower fuel because like you need it. Like if the alien sees you, that's like the only way you're getting out most of the time. So like you want to preserve it. So the alien is a very, very big threat. Very big threat. And then later on, actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But there is another threat that you do need your fuel for. Sorry about that. My phone just ran out of battery. I just like had to make a movie for my English class like this yesterday. I was gonna say this week, but yeah, it was yesterday. So my phone storage is kind of full, so I had to go delete some stuff. But I'm back now. Anyway, what was I saying? You have an alien. It's a really big threat, and like you want to preserve your fuel, stuff like that, you know. And there is other ways you can get it off of you, but like once it sees you, you're dead. But like there's like noisemakers. That's a very, very strong item, I think. You throw it, it makes a bunch of noise, and then the alien goes to it, and then you can like get around it, you know. So there is ways to evade it that are really cool, really fun. You want to like hide underneath tables and stuff. You can go inside of the vents. You can go inside of lockers and boxes and stuff. And the alien's smart. Like sometimes like it'll come into a room and like you'll hide in like a locker, and then it'll come in, like check around the room, then it'll leave. And then you leave the locker, and it immediately comes back out and like finds you. Like, and it's not the sound that it makes, because the sound like isn't why, I don't think, but like I feel like it always does that, where like I'll leave and then it'll come back, like it'll come here and it'll leave, and then I'll get out of the locker and it will come back, and like, you know, like it double checks. It's smart, very smart AI for the alien. Very, very good. And it's like the way it hunts and it's like stuff, it feels like very real, you know, like it never feels like, it always feels like he's got a purpose, you know, like he's trying to find you, like he's committed. That makes sense. It's good AI. That's all you gotta know. One thing I don't like is the items, like the balance of items isn't very good. So you can craft items, you can find like materials, and you can build items, but there's only like only 2 or 3 that you're gonna be crafting. You're gonna be crafting medkits in case you take damage. You're gonna be crafting Molotovs because you throw them, it makes fire. It's kind of like a flamethrower, except like a one-time use thing. And you're gonna be crafting like noisemakers. But other than that, I did not craft anything like in this game. I don't think I crafted anything at all. Or like, maybe I did, like just because I had extra resources, but I never actually like ever used anything. There's like EMP stuff and there's like flashbangs and stuff, but like none of it's actually that useful other than those 3 items I just said. And of course ammo. Ammo was very useful, but it happened again. I guess I did not delete enough things because I ran out of storage again. So I'm gonna try to make this quick before it happens another time. So what they're talking about? Oh, yeah, items. So the ammo. I was about to say, I think I might have said it, and then I realized that my thing wasn't recording. But so ammo, you cannot craft ammo, and I think there should be like a consistent way to get ammo, because the way you get it, you just kind of find it, and like there's no reliable way to get ammo. So if you use your ammo, you run out of ammo, you're not gonna know when you're gonna get it back. You know, I think there should be some way to craft it, like maybe like crafting stations, like maybe just crafting out of your inventory would be a little bit overpowered, but like crafting it out of like stations or something might be all right. I think that's just a little thing I thought of. But what else? Yeah, this is a good game. Very scary, very good. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other things, like any other crazy good things or crazy bad things to talk about. Oh, there's like 2 parts of a game, 2 like pretty long parts. Like in total, I'd probably say it was about an hour, maybe a little bit less. Where you put on this like suit, this like big heavy suit, and you walk so slowly you can't sprint. And I just think it was kind of unnecessary to have that long of parts of the sections of the game in those suits, because it was just really boring. But yeah, it's like a very small thing. It didn't matter much. What else? Might be it. I think I might have covered everything. It's scary, good sound. Items are a little like unbalanced, but they're alright. It's kind of buggy. There's sections of the game where, you know, a little bit boring, not exciting. Story is good enough, but like not really anything crazy, you know. You're not really never feels like you're progressing towards anything like crazy big. But yeah, good game. I'd give it probably like a 5.5. I think, yeah, 5.5 out of 7. I think that's a good rating for it, because it's still a very fun, very scary game, and like just surviving just surviving the alien and stuff. It's a very, very fun experience. It's also not terribly long. It's kind of long. Let's see how long it took me to beat real quick. Think about like 20 hours. If I had to guess, like 15, 20 hours. I think would be the time that it would take for most people to beat it. Let's see how much time I put into it. Oh, okay. It's one of those games that doesn't save hours on Xbox. Okay. But yeah, I'd say it probably took me about 18 hours. That's my guess. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, good game. Very good game. If you like horror, you just like surviving, like being scared, this is a very good game. If you're looking for like a lot of action, looking for not what I just said, then don't play this game. Yeah. Or like a really good story game, yeah, don't play this. That's not the kind of game this is. Don't seek out a good story or a lot of action or nothing like that, you know. A lot of the game, you will just be spent crouched, like behind a wall or in a locker, stuff like that. That's the majority of the game right there. But that's great. That's fun. Lots of tension. Lots of tension in this game. Made me feel scared. Like I haven't felt scared from a game in a long, long time. Like since like when I first played Silent Hill 2, probably, which was quite a few years ago now. Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt like true fear in a game since that. And even then, I think I probably felt more from this game. Like this game is scary. I'd say it's definitely the scariest game I played. Oh, actually, no, I played The Evil Within not that long ago. That game was pretty scary too. But still, like not even close to this game. Yeah, this game is horrifying. Definitely check it out. Really fun. I got it on sale for like $10, maybe less, like 8. I think. Yeah, I think it was 8. And it comes on sale a lot, especially if you're on Xbox. At least I don't know PlayStation or Steam sales or wherever it's sold, but Xbox at least it comes on sale a lot, and I'd get it. Definitely pick it up if you're into this kind of stuff. there is a season pass, there's DLC for this game, but it's for like the survivor mode. I didn't talk about that because I didn't really check it out much. I probably spent like 10 minutes in it and I didn't like it much. And all the DLC I'm pretty sure is for that mode. I could be wrong. So yeah, I don't think you would need a season pass. You don't need a complete edition. Say this game pretty cheap if you just get it normally. And yeah, that's about it. 5.5 out of 7. Have a alien-tastic day. And yeah, Abuse out.